Now, I'm sure that many of you have heard at least someone say that Yeshua had to obey the law, the Torah, perfectly in order to be able to be the Messiah that would be able to save us from our sins. Well, there's a problem with that, and that's that Yeshua is God, and if God is obligated to anything, then he's no longer God, because the thing that would hold him to an obligation would be God. So the thing that we see about the Torah is that it isn't some sort of set of standards outside of who God is. The Torah flows from God's character. It's God's character on display. It is derivative from him. It is not prescriptive toward him. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not saying that Yeshua did not fulfill the Torah perfectly, because he did. And he did so just because it is part of his character. It's who he is. But he can't be held to it, because that would make it greater than himself. So what do we see about the Torah as a result of this? Well, instead of it being a bunch of rules that we have to follow in order to make God happy, what God is saying is, this is my character, and it becomes a law when it meets the human condition where your character is not the same as God's character. So it becomes prescriptive toward us because our character is different. And so God is calling us to be like the one we worship. You know, this is the reason why C.S. Lewis, I don't personally believe C.S. Lewis was correct in the Chronicles of Narnia when he had Aslan having to obey the deeper magic, right? Because there is nothing deeper outside of God. If there's an objective standard that exists outside of God by which God can be judged, then he's no longer God. And so the Torah, Jesus didn't have to obey the Torah. He, in a sense, in his character, he was the Torah. Does that make sense?